Everybody, Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash, Salisbury, Maryland. Want to talk about things going wrong and employee stuff and whatnot. So here's basically what happened is got an email from a customer that the tech was using high pressure on the roof. So I didn't text him or call him, I showed up and found him on the roof with a surface cleaner, and apparently he was using hot water. He claims he was using low pressure. Surface cleaner was still flying off the roof, at least initially, and then he was dialing it back, whatever. At the end of the day, it's not the way that we wash. I made it abundantly clear to him. I just shut the machine down and told him to go home. Pack up everything, talk to the customer, calm them down, because they were very anxious because they could tell that he was using high pressure on there. I had explained the process, that we use soft wash process, that we would just spray the stuff on there, bag the gutters, covering the plants, this and that. It was too windy, quite honestly, yesterday. And in talking to the tech, sorry, I'm hot. I basically made it real clear that if the conditions for doing a roof are not good, we're scheduling these jobs in advance. We don't know what the weather's going to be. The weatherman doesn't know what the weather's going to be then. But it was a little rainy in the morning, and then it was windy in the afternoon, and just quite frankly was not the time to do it, especially with a house that's got 800 plants and bushes all around the property. So, I pulled him from today's jobs, and message was real loud and clear. Sorry, that's still obnoxious. He called me this morning, apologized for how he behaved, why he was doing what he was doing. It already sunk into just that he can't, it's not up to him to decide how we're going to clean something. There's a little bit of leniency, but you can't completely change the process. If we need to tweak something a little bit for this or that job, that's like using a stronger mix or a lighter mix, or bumping your soap, or leaving a bagged gutter, or opening that up when we're done so that it's only going to be funneling to a certain spot after we leave, or something like that. Not a wholesale change everything process. So that's something really big to me that needed to come to a head with this guy, and quite frankly, it was overdue. Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you should get rid of him." Here's the thing, guys. I'd rather have somebody that's trained, that I can get a message through to like that, than start back again at square one. So simply by, I was pissed yesterday, and I'm a pretty even keel guy. But when I see something like that happening on a roof, it burns me up big time. Where do we want to park? Whatever. So ultimately, I'm going back on Thursday. I'm going to take care of it. They're going to watch me do it and show them that even though this customer has a million plants around it, that it can be done successfully without killing everything. And I get it. I've not been in the field as much, so the whole you should be able to do this, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes the boss has to, show how it's done. I thank Ray Burke and Mike Heinerleiter have both said that, just with fleet washing and washing houses, commercial stuff, just how much that experience and that motivation to show people how it's done. So, but again, everything's not going to always be great with employees. It just really and truly is not, that's something that's going down and being documented and everything. Just, you know, and had to have some other discussion too. I mean, with roof cleaning or with anything for that matter. That was lovely. Now related to him, you know, in football, there's two ways to throw a pass to a receiver. You're either throwing it to the receiver or you're throwing it away from the defender. Because when you're throwing it directly to the receiver, a lot of times that, you know, good defensive back or cornerback or whatever will be able to play off enough so they can close that gap and try and intercept that pass. But if you throw it away on the far side, the wide receiver's reaching out for it, the defender's not getting it, etc. I was trying to explain to him, you know, that so often I feel like he's just looking at, or that techs will look at just what they're spraying and not all the other areas that stuff's spraying out at with overspray. And that's, quite frankly, that's more important than the surface. You've got to pay attention to where it's going, not so much where it's supposed to be, but where it's going that it's not supposed to be. So, anyways, hope that helps, guys. Have a great day. Thanks.